Are you like me and you seldom ever use your frunk? And if anything, this whole experience of manually opening and closing it got pretty old pretty damn fast. Wouldn't it be nice if you could do this? Hey Google, open the frunk. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to install the Hansshow Power Frunk and give you a valuable lesson in what can go wrong, because it's really hard. I'm giving up, really difficult. Another panic-inducing moment. But after many hours, trials, tribulations, and help from a friend, my Tesla can now do this. Lovely. So if you want to learn from my mistakes, please do watch the whole of this video and consider using my code ECHRIS at the Hansshow store to save yourself on your next purchase. First step, you've got to remove the front bin. 2 in the bin. Remove the cover. Pop this out. Lift the emergency release plate. Just being careful to undo that cable at the back there. Just 2 little bolts there and there, because getting to back there for that left strut, as you can see it, that's the right side really, is really difficult. Not even 1/4 through this job, and this is what it can start looking like. And yeah, it's a bit intimidating, but I don't know. I'll give my final thoughts in the video. You can see I've got better access. It's not great. It's only just better through that direction to get to the right strut. The left side is very easy, so I'm going to do the harder side first, because I need to be able to prove to myself that I can do the harder one. Because if I can't, I'm going to bail. So yeah, this is this is going to be I think the hardest bit of this whole install.
20 minutes later.
This little bugger took me 20, if not even 30 minutes. A few moments of panic where I felt that, okay, when you undid the top bit, I'm pretty certain the little thing that keeps it in sprung off and is somewhere lost in the car, meaning this is now really broken. And then I was struggling to get the bottom bolt off, and got my daughter to try and help me, but she couldn't do it. And what I found was this, like, here's what you need to do, okay? I took off the little button press thingy here, you know, those little plastic things, so that I could actually get under there, and it helped me get into down there. I don't know about you, but if you're the sort of person who knows your skill ability, I've got some, but I'm not a mechanic by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe, yeah, do like I did. Try the harder side first, which in this side, in Australia, you know, Shanghai, Tesla Model Y, 2022, right-hand side, driver's side, is really hard. So now I'm going to put the new strut on there, because that left side is going to be so much easier, because there's a lot of space you can play with. For the next section, we're going to be using these brackets to hold the motorized heads, and they're clearly marked R and L, so that's for the driver's perspective. So this one's the right, because it says R, right side, driving forward, to get the idea. And this one's the L, and they've got some hex bits in there. So yeah, let's do this now. With thanks to my wife, that bracket went in. I lost the screw, I kid you not. Another panic-inducing moment where I was trying to fish it from the little crevice it had fallen into. After getting my daughter to try and help me, then my wife, I was finally actually able to get myself, but yeah, just, anyway, it's in. So next bit is to install the struts. And the bit with the power cord, they're identical by the way, and the bit with the power cord is going to go to the bottom, and the other bit to the top, and then we're just going to repeat on the other side. And thankfully this side is so much easier. That's the left side, okay? So let's just get this in and we'll move on to the next step.
6.5 hours later.
I'm giving up. I have reached the end of my tether and I have stuffed around with the struts for the last hour. Had my wife had a go, and there's just not enough space for you to push it on for it to lock in place. So I've asked HANSHOW about an installer, because right now this car's going nowhere now. Basically, there's no struts, so that wood's going to stay there, and I'll put something down here to protect the closing mechanism just in case the wind blows this closed. And yeah, stay tuned for part 2. It's day 2 and I've come to Shiv, who thankfully responded to my cries for help, and he's done a few of these, so let's do it. Getting a lovely forearm action there.
That's right. There's one.
Wow. God damn it. 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
That's 2.
Shiv tells me one of the things you can do to try and get these on easier is you actually release the actual clip just a little bit, give it a jiggle, and then yeah, I think it's still definitely some muscle memory and skill here that I don't have.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's in.
Oh wow. It's the super high-tech engineered.
It's the pinnacle of modern technology right
Exactly.
there.
Look, it's staying up all by itself. Woohoo! Alright, so we just did a bit of a quick check to make sure things were still plumb. And now I'm going to install the logic box on top of the water reservoir, which needs filling. And by the way, this thing is 4.5 litres. Bring a hose. It takes forever to fill up. Don't stick down the control box, just rough it in for the moment. So the motor's back there, cables going behind the aircon sort of stuff there, low voltage cable there, and it's going to go to there. Connect the strut motor cables to the control box. Use a Sharpie as well as a contrasting column to mark around the release latch mechanism and put some key points so that you know how to line it up later on.
It's pretty straightforward. So the way that you want them to go is that way.
Yeah, it makes sense. Looks like it matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is
was a bit of a test.
Yeah, just it was in the half lock, and you don't want it to be in lock when it comes down, sort of thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Gotcha. So it's got to thumb it in, so you've got a good alignment before you stand at home.
That's it.
So that's the new plate from them. This is perhaps one of the most important bits. Take your time and make sure everything is perfectly aligned, and if anything, put it a bit higher than what it was.
Yeah, you really want to spend your time because a small delta here makes a big difference in the closed front position. You want to make sure that the strike plate, so there's vertical wiggle room on it, and you want to make sure that it's higher than the default mechanism.
Super important step here is to install the emergency release cable, which will go through the access port.
original release of the Frunk that goes here. And then this is the bracket add-on for the suction lock. This is a daisy chain. This is the power for the suction lock, which goes down here.
Yep.
We're all systems go for a test now, I think, once we connect the power.
Cool. Oh yeah, ground.
Yeah, ground.
Yeah. So important tip. Ground before live. Live's the last thing.
This last one is for the beeper. It's optional. Should get some flashing. That's good. That's normal.
Okay. All right, this is going to be the first test. So if things are currently open on the widget, if you can see that, yeah. And then, all right, so that didn't do anything. So launch the app. Wow, it is loud. Cool.
That was weird. Pop it again.
Yep, pop it. Okay. We've done about half a dozen tests and tried to get alignment with the bonnet, like the actual top of it. It may not have actually been plumb when I got it, and it's closing nicely. It's doing everything it should. So we're going to put the frunk in because that could actually change alignment once again. We'll see. Anyway, so now a bit of cable management and putting everything back in, just reversing the order that you saw before. So that'll be the HEPA filter unit, then the actual frunk itself with the button, and then the sheath across the top, and then we'll do the final test. Okay, so the frunk's back in, and that is like why is it better now? That doesn't make sense.
There's a little bit of resistance from the sealing strip in the frunk that pushes the frunk up.
All right.
Or in the front storage that pushes the frunk up. So that's what causes that.
All right, let's try the app again. Ooh, app is working now. And I'm going to hurt myself doing this. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to not hurt myself. Lovely. All done and tested, working, everything back in place. So now I can open the frunk from the app, like from the shortcut, obviously in the app, inside on the emergency button, as well as on the screen. So it's pretty damn awesome, and I'll definitely be using this a lot more. And you know, the situations where you would be reluctant to use it, like I was, like honest to goodness, takeaway food and milk. That's the only time I would ever use the frunk. Now I think we're going to be using a heck of a lot more, like school run, doing the kids at, you know, with the bags. Like that's my biggest pet peeve, because whenever you open up the boot, you let out all the cool air. Say you've air conditioned the car, and so now the bags can go there. Brilliant, brilliant. Final thoughts. Is it an easy install? No, it is not. If you have the patience and you have maybe smaller forearms than mine, you might be in luck. But just remember the tips that Shiv shared in that. Yeah, you got to loosen up the strut little connector pieces, where it's going to interface, and really make sure you line it up super square onto the actual ball, and maybe even think about a bit of the lube, okay? And yeah, persistence. But I ran out of patience, and my wife definitely ran out of patience. I said to her today, hey, should I give it one more crack? And she's like, oh, hell no. You take it. Just go get it done. And so thanks to Shiv. Really appreciate it. Anyway, I've left his details below if you ever want to maybe get in contact with him. And yeah, subscribe. Appreciate it. Take care.